The FTX influencer promoter drama gets crazier and crazier. We've seen people come out responding to it, apologizing for it. We've seen Spencer take on the defense role for his friends, and CoffeeZilla making videos that talks about everyone that was involved. But for the group of the largest YouTubers or financial YouTubers on the platform, they recently did something that a lot of people find a little fishy. And if you don't know, that list is Graham Stephan, Andre Jick, Jeremy Financial Education, and Meet Kevin. They originally came together, made a channel called Millennial Money, a podcast type thing that they did, but recently they deleted everything on the channel and trying to make it appear like it never even existed. You can see the channel right here. This is what it looks like now. Blacked out header, blacked out profile picture, removed the entire name, just put an M there, and now you can see there's no videos, no live streams, no playlist, no community tab, nothing in the channel, and the about you can see almost 10 million views for the channel. And I know that this is the real Millennial Money channel because I was subscribed to the channel, and right here I'm still subscribed. So this is the real channel, and it looks terrible for the entire group that they're trying to cover up this thing because this whole channel was sponsored by FTX. Every video had the logo plastered on it. They talked about it. They had an ad read. They really don't want to be associated with that anymore, which sure, I guess makes sense. You don't want to be associated with the scam that you promoted, but the channel is still here. There's an option on YouTube to delete channels, and they could have done that, but for whatever reason, the channel is still here. I don't know why they wouldn't have just deleted it. It seems like the most logical thing to do instead of changing all of this stuff about it and even getting rid of the name, putting just an M there for a filler. So wouldn't it have been easier to just delete the channel? There's one person of that group actually talking about the situation, and it's Meet Kevin, kind of shockingly. And he put out tweets actually right here saying the Millennial Money videos should not be deleted. I did not delete them, and they should be restored in full. Everyone makes mistakes. Hiding them is not the answer. And then additional note, I do not have the dual factor authentication for Millennial Money and therefore have had zero access to the channel for over 8 months. I did try and buy the channel about 6 months ago to no avail. So Meet Kevin's coming out saying that he doesn't have anything to do with this. He made a video even talking more in depth about it, but this looks really bad for everyone else in the group because, like, why is the channel deleted? What are you hiding from? And why didn't you just straight up delete the channel if you're going to try and hide it?
6 months ago, and I didn't tell anyone this, but 6 months ago, I tried to buy Millennial Money. I sent a text message to everybody else in the group. I'm like, hey, I want to buy the channel. I'm a big fan of preserving content. I'm a big fan of being able to look back at content and be like, look, you know, here's where we went right, here's where we went wrong. And
we can see in Kevin's video that he did say that he tried to buy the channel. Now we have to assume that he's being truthful in what he's saying. Otherwise, I mean, you know, whatever, but we have to assume he's being truthful. And he says he tried to buy the channel. It was originally his idea, which from the beginning of this channel did seem like that was the case. Did seem like he was the one who really tried to get this thing together, which makes it even worse because if you had an out and you had someone in the group who would have paid you for that channel, but instead you try and cover up stuff, delete videos, but keep the channel for some reason, it doesn't look good at all for the rest of the guys in this group.
all had the username and password, and only one of us had the dual factor authentication. So anytime I would want to log in, I'd have to ask that person, hey, like, can you click this, you know, what number it is, you know, when you open the Google app, and then it's like, is this you? Yes. And then click the number. I always had to text them and be like, oh, can you click, you know, 57 or whatever it is.
And Kevin here shows that there was one person who did have kind of complete control over the channel where they had the dual factor authentication on their end. And that's the person who must have had to delete the channel. And when you look at Millennial Money, assuming Kevin's being truthful, he's not the one who did it. And assuming from the rest of them, it's probably not Andre either. And I only say that because Andre didn't take an FTX sponsorship on his main channel, as far as I'm aware. So maybe he doesn't really have the keys to this castle. He was kind of the smaller out of, you know, Graham and Meet Kevin. But maybe he's not the one who has the keys. So it's probably between Graham or Jeremy, and one of them has to have made these changes. And like I said, it doesn't even matter if it's only one of them because this affects the whole group because no one knows one person has control. Everyone knows the group of four was on the channel, and now the channel's missing. So the group of four has egg on their face.
Feel terrible about it, but I think the only thing we can do now is look at the mistakes made and try to learn going forward. You know, I tried my best last week. I said, look, I know everybody's talking about FTX.com, but it's going to be FTX.us next. Like, get out while you still can. I tried making warnings.
So with this, I would actually agree with Meet Kevin that everyone who promoted this does need to take this as a learning opportunity to not do this in the future. Maybe be a little bit more diligent about who you pick for sponsors, especially because at the level of YouTubers that these guys are at, they don't need the sponsorship money. But that's not to say that they shouldn't be held accountable and should just get a free pass. They absolutely should be held accountable. People can be upset with them and people can take a hit to their reputation, which seems to be happening right now. So they do deserve everything that's coming towards them. That's the price of the sponsorship. You promote something, if it ends up being a bad product, then you take the hit.
You know, make fun of me for it. I deserve it. It's like, damn, this sucks. You know, I lost more money than I was ever paid in advertisements, and you know, that sucks. But that doesn't change the fact that I promoted them. So I'm super sorry. I've publicly apologized multiple times now about that. But this whole Millennial Money thing I think is weird. The video should be up. I'm disappointed. I wasn't asked, and I was never taken up on the offer to buy the Millennial Money channel.
So at least Kevin's kind of taking a little bit of responsibility here, saying he should be made fun of. People should be talking trash to him, should be upset with what he did, promoting the product, saying he's sorry and whatever. I can agree with that. I don't agree that he probably didn't lose money on this sponsorship deal. I don't know how he would have lost money unless he used FTX, but he never talked about it, so I don't think he did. I mean, he lost like $420,000 in BlockFi investing in that or something. But other than that, I mean, I don't know other money that he actually lost. But either way, very terrible look for the entire group. Makes them all look kind of guilty of trying to hide something and getting away from this. And they didn't post the channel anyway, so they probably should have just left it alone. It wouldn't be a story if they didn't delete everything on there. So they would have been in the best place to kind of just leave it alone. Everybody knows that you made those videos and had the FTX partnership, but now you've escalated it to look a little bit more fishy than maybe it is. And if you look at Graham's latest video, there's actually a lot of people in the comments section talking about, why aren't you talking about the Millennial Money podcast videos being deleted? He's just going on about his day, making the videos as if this didn't happen. So you can tell a lot of people are not really happy about what's going on. It seems like you came out, put a 2-minute apology video saying, sorry that this happened. I'm happy that I got paid. Now I'm going to go make normal YouTube videos again. So it is, you can see where people think it's a little weird. And then you push it even further and delete an entire channel that you had your brand in because the whole thing was FTX backed. So it is a little weird. So we'll see if we get any clarity from the rest of the guys. I mean, Meet Kevin, we have his video and his response. The other three, we probably won't hear anything from, but it'll be interesting to see, you know, who's got those keys, who's controlling the channel. And does this turn into throwing each other under the bus and making sure that you can try and get out ahead? But that's going to do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Remember to 1,000 subscribers. And see you guys in my next